Okay, 10-3. Okay, يلا نبدأ. Basically, there's two things you need to know. First thing is that if you multiply two square roots of the same number, so for example, square root of 11 times square root of 11, you're just going to get 11 because the radicals cancel out. And the second thing is that you do this step is you just multiply with the reciprocal of these two over each other. And this step is done so that you can remove the radicals on the bottom. So basically, and this always becomes negative. This always, oh my god, this always becomes negative. It becomes n square root of a minus square root of b, then over a minus b. So this step is done to remove the radical sign. Okay, the first thing we need to know how to do is if you have two that are the same, so they have the same radical and they're just different numbers. So let's say it's 7 radical 2 minus 8 radical 2. You take these two, والحياة سهلة والحياة حلوة. negative 1 2. ما في أسهل من ده الشيء أساسا حتلاقوا في حياتكم كلها. دحين دخلنا في الصعب شوية. factoring. الكتاب كله factoring. الله يلعن الفactoring. Okay, it's 4 مثلا square root of 7 plus 2 square root of 28. There's a way to make this have a 7, so you can just do both of these. It becomes 4 square root of 7 plus 2 square root of becomes شو اسمه؟ ايوه 4 times 7 فحيصير 2 times 2 square root of 7 plus 4 square root of 7. This is the one that was here. I just didn't want to write it the same way. حيصير 4 square root of 7 plus 4 square root of 7. It's just going to become 8. That's it. That is literally one of the hardest things in this entire lesson, okay? It's not hard at all. The second thing that might take like say brain cells منكم اللي هو if you have a distributive property. So it's square root of 2 square root of 6 plus 5. I talked about this. I don't know which lesson, but I talked about this. You don't multiply بدي. You just multiply the values inside. فحيصير square root of 12 plus 5 square root of 2. بعدين you need to simplify this one. It's gonna become square root of 4 times square root of 3 plus 5 square root of 2. 2 square root of 3, because when you take this it becomes 2 plus 5 square root of 2, and this is your answer. يعني فين حتلاقوا أسهل من كده؟ أنا ما أعرف والله، إن أنا ما أعرف يعني أنتوا فين حتلاقوا أسهل من ده الشيء. دحين بدأنا شوي نخش في الصعب اللي هو في two numbers اللي هو زي شرحته فين راح ده. Okay, we're gonna take an example about it. Okay, so it's negative 3 over square root of 10 minus square root of 5. Oh, sorry, that's a plus. You multiply by the inverse. فيصير square root of 10 minus square root of 5 square root of 10 minus square root of 5. هذه تروح مع دي، هذه تروح مع دي، squares cancel out. يصير negative 3 square root of 10 minus square root of 5 over 5. Because do 10 minus 5 but then تصير over 5 negative 3 to the power of 10 plus 3 to the power of 5. You just do distributive property. هذا أصعب شيء حيطلع لكم في ده الدرس. I guarantee this. وبعدين there's problem 5 that she explained في revision, which I find incredibly unfair. Okay? But basically it gives you, you need to know that a ratio is any quantity that is compared by division or by a fraction, and it gives you the ratio for length. The ratio for length is L over W. This is the R of length. And it tells you that golden rectangles are something that's found in nature, and the ratio of a golden rectangle is 1 plus the square root of 5 over 2, length to width. And then it gives you a rectangle, a golden rectangle, and it gives you the length, which is 4, and it's telling you to find the second part of the ratio. So يعطيكي rectangle اللي هو كده شكله تقريبا. I can't tilt this, what the hell. It's okay, I'll freehand. It gives you a rectangle كده شكله, it gives you 4, and this is the W. The ratio for golden rectangles is 1 square, wait, what the hell? What am I doing? Yes, 1 plus square root of 5 over 2, length to width. And here it gives you the length. You just need to find the width. You do an equal sign because they're both equal. And you put a 4 over a W. حلوين. Now, we do the cross products property, or just basically cross multiplication. ما أبغى أصعب لكم الأمور في حياتكم. Okay, so this goes down and this goes up. حيصير 1 plus square root of 5. Oh wait, no, ما يصير كده. يصير W 1 plus square root of 5 is equal to 8 over 1 plus square root of 5 over 1 plus square root of 5. بعدين you want to isolate the W because خلاص these two cancelled out. فحيصير W is equal to 8 over 1 plus square root of 5. Now we're going to do the same thing we did here. We're going to do the same thing. You multiply by the inverse. And حيجي 8 minus square root of 5 over negative 4. You divide these two. So حيطلع حيصير negative 2 plus 2 to the power of 5. Because when you do this, I forgot something. I'm sorry. My bad. When you do this, it's going to be حيصير 8, 1 minus square root to the power of 5. So you're going to distribute it to both. فحيصير over negative 4. حيصير negative 8 minus 8 over 5 square root 5 over negative 4. فهذه بس حتصير negative 2. هذه plus أساسا لأنه this is negative, this is negative. حيصير positive. And this will become plus 2 to the power of 5. Yeah, that's it. This is the hardest thing.